I want to.
I've been running the server for so long, Avon, you don't even know.
I
think it's been a few days.
I don't know. We still don't have cows, so.
Well, you know how it is.
You know,
you don't need those stupid things. So I've been growing bees out in the backyard. Just been growing them homebrew. Over here, come here. You can check out this lab.
In the backyard.
I've upgraded it a bit. I had to deal with a small problem, in that the system really only wanted to give the items I requested to one of the machines.
What are you talking? You back?
And I don't know why it wanted to do that so much, but it ended up being that I had to set up a different pipe distribution system here. So I got all these pipes here that go up above the lights and go that way to a background furnace, basically, because I didn't want to leave a chest, because a chest would just hold a crap ton of items and you'd have a hard time canceling orders, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I used a furnace so it would only hold one stack. But you can cancel much earlier. Oh, it's still got uranium in here. What? Oh, I turned it off because I got new levers, because apparently the lever in the center
ordinary levers don't work.
No, the lever in the center didn't work for some reason, even though it would have been connected to all four. God only knows, but I mean, I can't make it any more condensed or uncondensed there, so I had to leave it kind of crammed together like that, whether I wanted to or not.
So then,
I also pushed the pummeler here, this pulverizer, pushed it over to the left a little bit to make it more compact, so I can move this down.
It doesn't change how much iridium we have. No.
Nope. I gotta move the machines down somewhat so I can put another furnace down, because this ME interface is full, and
I just put it on the other side. Just dig through the wall and do it. Just dig it through the wall and put it on the other side. Duh. You know what I mean? Just like that.
Don't do that.
Just get over here and just punch a hole, and it'll be inside the wall, literally.
I'll consider. Well, no, that's not a good idea, because we can't access the interface.
Why would you want to?
To put stuff in it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. You have fun with your imaginary world, Avon. I'm going to go up here and look at the billions and billions of bees we've collected.
Bees.
And by billions, I only mean like about 3 stacks.
So, I had the joys of not star charts today. Fucking hate star charts.
Why is this?
Huh? Because it's just like, alright, logic dictates that if you're going to map the stars, if you're going to map the heavens, you would want to, start it. You want to start it pretty early, pretty early. You want to start around 8 to start it. But at the same time, it would kind of make sense to, start really making the default time of the chart midnight. So we had to use these old charts from like fucking 1980s that decided to chart out the night sky at 8 o'clock in the evening. So we had to change that all the way to fucking midnight.
What the hell are we talking about here? I don't really understand why time is important.
Time is very important.
Why exactly?
Because
why wouldn't you just time it at midnight when it's late and dark and take pictures of the sky then?
Well, it's because exactly, that's what I was thinking, but they didn't do that. I don't know.
Who would do it at 8? I mean, I can't even imagine people in the olden days being able to look at the sun at 8 o'clock and be like, oh, you know what, I could look at the stars now.
I mean, I can understand why you wouldn't want to do that, because, Mercury and other planetary objects, they have their own sunrise and sunset, accordingly. Which makes sense in my book, alright? I'm like, okay, you had to start early, but your final product should be at fucking midnight. That's my problem. It's like the final product has to be at midnight.
Have you seen the lab?
The one with bees?
Yes. I have a bunch of bee liquid in this tank here.
I've tried it in there. That is not much. I've seen more.
Well, my tank on my server's full, but I had to do my best to not freak out and don't touch anything on it. I had to do my best to not freak out and just start modding bees and stuff without being on the server, because I actually want to show off the mod instead of just go to work on my own.
Mm-hmm.
So I think today is probably going to be big on, getting the isolator working on a B, removing genes, putting it into the synthesizer, synthesizing genes, purifying the genes, and then injecting them into a B. Also, where's the inoculator?
Inoculator? Did you try that? Did you inoculator?
I must not have picked it out of the chest. Because I'm pretty sure that's what it's called.
Shit, you talking about, son? I have the analyzer here.
Yeah, I don't have the I don't have the I don't have the inoculator.
Inoculating the Nox.
Is it not in there?
No idea.
That's two ends, actually.
In other words, spent 4 hours just like looking at 3 different charts and doing the exact same thing.
Yes.
On each one, and I'm like, I don't want to. This sucks. I mean, Alexis had the course before, so I already knew it was gonna suck, but I didn't think it was gonna suck that hard. I mean, it wasn't as fascinating as like, oh, what happens if fucking, from space to SpaceX to Space Y, or, the regional effects of the Earth and its rotation's effect on Moon and gravitational effect on the Moon, or something like that. You know what I mean? I mean, I got that from the book, but I don't want to be looking at star charts. I mean, I look at constellations. I don't know what I'm looking at. I can look at the clouds and understand what's happening up there. I'm like, oh, look at that. That's like a shelf cloud. Rain's going to come in exactly 23 minutes. But I can't look at freaking stars, literally. It's just nothing but sparkles to me.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that soul shard to be made.
Yeah, we still need quite a few of them. Well, I don't remember how much it was. Let me see.
Don't worry, 3 of them's going to be popping out here any minute now.
Oh, yeah, we only need about 1 or 2, I believe.
Last night I dreamed a happy dream, so happy that I actually woke myself in laughter.
That's disturbing.
Hold on. I had a dream that you, Luis, and I were playing like this Left 4 Dead modded, right? Like Left 4 Dead future, some future Left 4 Dead, but it was modded, right? And we were playing, and I was making it. I was like, there was this hunger feature that was installed in it, and of course my hunger was reaching 0, and of course like in Minecraft you just instantly die in the green skies.
Yeah.
Well, okay, it was like that.
So then you were like, seriously, Chris?
I was like, no, hold on. So I believe you were scavenging. Luis was, of course, doing something odd. And, of course, I just, out of nowhere, bursted into a rap, right? And as it was getting to the climax of the rap that I was going to die from hunger, I died from hunger at that moment. And just the amount of explosive laughter that came from all 3 of us was just fucking woken me up.
I like how you were laughing when you were dead, though.
Exactly.
It's like everything else was completely reasonable, but that end part didn't make any sense.
It was so phenomenal.
So how's your week been? I know you had family come over or something like that, right?
No, we had Alexis' old friend come over.
Oh yeah, friends. Same thing.
It would have been easier if you came over.
It would have been. Too bad I was in Chicago on Sunday. Freaking hated Sundays. Saturday, went shopping all day and spent like freaking 5 hours on my feet walking around in stores and crap and driving around. Although I think I hated Sunday more. Like we went up to see Peter, my uncle, because his health's failing somewhat, So we went out there to see him in case worst comes, whatever.
Oh, okay, I know. Right.
So I'm like, I have to do this. I understand.
Well, wait,
but I mean,
real quick, were you close to him?
What?
Were you somewhat relatively close to him, but that you knew more about him than just his name?
No.
Okay. Okay, then I don't see too much of a reason for you to go. But
Well, I have to drive.
Oh, but, yeah.
As well as that, you know, it's kind of rude not to go see family members, whether you know them or not, you know. I mean, I went and saw I went to my Aunt Helen's funeral, or no, I think it's my other Aunt Helen, because I got two of them. The one that's closest to my dad, because she's his sister, is also named Helen, but this is my other Aunt Helen that I didn't know about at all, that had died, and I had to go to that funeral and whatnot. Anyway, it's just one of those things you have to do.
Because you have to do, because, you know, everyone's pressuring you to go?
I don't have enough XP for this.
How much XP do you need?
I have 8, and I believe I need, let me see.
I have 24. 11. I have 24 levels.
Okay, here. Make sure you put this cow shard on the left.
Left.
And put this other shard on the right here.
Left. Alright. And
make sure the third one's still cow.
Oh, yeah, it's still cow. It's producing cow tier 4.
Alright, go ahead and do it, and then I'll give you this other shard for tier 5.
Okay.
And once it's tier 5, it'll be good.
Alright, it's tier 5. It's fucking phenomenal.
Alright.
Let's go make some cows. Oh.
Alright. So now, you know, I went out, saw Peter and whatnot. He's doing okay. And...
okay.
Oh, I mean, he suffers from, I guess, strokes. So it's one of those kinds of things. It's like, okay, any moment he could just explode.
Holy phenomenal.
But, you know, that's not the case at the moment. I think it'll stop spawning once a certain number of them is in the field.
Doesn't matter. It's good enough.
But, like, the issue with Chicago is, like, we went out to Chicago. I hate Chicago. I hate the place. But, you know, whatever. So I had to drive there. It sucked. We did stuff there that also kind of sucked.
It just sucked.
And
it fucking sucked!
Of course, you know, my family's Polish, right?
Yeah.
Which is, I think, a little bit similar to how Russians might be, sometimes, I wonder. In that they really like to drink.
Oh.
So, you know, my other cousin, Suave, is, of course, you know, telling my dad, oh, you gotta do this shot and whatnot, and of course they know I don't drink, so that kind of freed me from whatever that was. and so, you know, about, like, you know, 7 or 8 shots later or something, I'm thinking to myself, okay, gotta drive home now with Dad, who tried as hard as he could to get away from the place afterwards.
Yeah.
As, you know, we all have to do, because Suave he's one of those people that just won't stop talking.
Yeah. Those family members.
He's a great guy, but, you know,
he's a good
perfect
guy,
car salesman. It's just, I don't
doesn't shut up.
I don't think anyone would want to visit the place too much.
If you went to the convenience store, he would not make it convenient.
Maybe. But, you know, so it's just like, it just was like, okay, now Dad's somewhat drunkish, and so it's like, okay, I've got an idiot in my right seat. Grandpa's behind me. I'm not too big on him. And it's just like, I've got to drive, like, for an hour and a half that direction.
Right. Like, freaking... Alright. My father-in-law was really close to, you know, to the cat that passed away from cancer. And he wants to get another cat. And he wants to get an exact copy of that cat.
That's a bit pushing, and he's going to rename it the same name, isn't he?
Yeah, and it's like he
now that's not love, that's just, you know, spitting on the grave.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he doesn't feel like it. He really misses her, but it's like...
Yeah, it's understandable. It's one of those things you just kind of do.
Yeah.
Like, you see, we have Zorro at Mom's house, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't the original Zorro, though. I don't know if I told you or not.
Oh, no.
See, now, that is what my brothers named him. I never named that cat, but that cat's named Zorro. But my cat was a black cat with, I believe, yellow eyes, possibly, which I had back when I was, you know, a real young kid, like...
and you loved animals, you know, like, and I'm not allergic to them.
Before I was allergic to them, yes. So, I mean, before I left my mom's house or whatnot, and we were out in the trailer park, this was probably around when I was 6 or so, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved that cat. We we moved, right? Or at least Mom moved or whatnot, because I don't remember when it was exactly that I started getting separated from being on Mom's side. And what happened is we sent Zora off. I don't know why they did this exactly, but we sent Zora off to the pound to hold on to him or whatever it is. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just a vet place. I don't know, but somewhere to hold him, right?
Mm-hmm.
She filled out paperwork like she was supposed to, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that they didn't keep Zorro.
So fucking what?
Either he was given away, which we don't know, or he was put down, which we still don't know. And so it was just like these people.
Hold on. Hold on.
I mean, I don't know. Apparently, the paperwork was actually to have it done, I guess, or something like that. Probably, I don't really know. It's like you fill out paperwork because people give it to you. It's like, I don't know what this is. We don't know either. Fill it out so we can do whatever we got to process. And it's like, yeah, good work.
We sent to the fucking Canada. You don't know where he's at right now. Oh my god, that's fucking horrible.
I know it is.
I don't mean to laugh at you, but...
I missed that cat. That was my favorite. Oh well. That's okay.
Goddamn, like when I was a kid, I let my parents' like cat. How am I not making a diamond sword?
Because you're autopiloting hardcore right now.
Okay, like I let my parents' like cat out, right? They're one phenomenal cat, and it crushed them. They still regret that to this day. And I'm like,
didn't realize my sound was off. Yeah.
And I'm like, I think the dumbest thing I ever did was, I think the dumbest thing I ever did was that I regret was my mother was working on her computer, and then I accidentally, because I was watching over her shoulder, accidentally spilled like what she was drinking onto it. I was like, oh, there you go, Mom, don't worry, I know what to do. So I went ahead and got another cup of water.
What? What processing is going through your head right now?
I was 5 at the time. I was like, oh, what the hell?
Yeah, well, you know, math, I'm pretty sure.
For sure, if it does work that way.
You bastard.
Imperial.
I'm angry at you for this.
Here we go.
Sounds terrible. What? Okay, so where did that go? Where did that go? Did you just went in there and no one stopped you?
No. I don't remember. I don't remember she got extremely pissed. That's all I remember. As for punishment, I don't know if there was one. Doesn't matter. I love computers
you
now.
So hard you couldn't remember.
Friggin' came home, right? Which I find ironic because considering, this morning before going to school, I was ranting about how this leak was out, and it was very controversial, right?
Mm-hmm.
About the new Super Smash Brothers. And I was just, I went to live stream before going to school, and, people were just talking about it. I'm thinking to myself, this is really fun, crazy, but I'm enjoying the, activity in the community.
Yeah.
And, yeah. What is this? I could build another one of these. No.
I wish B processing wasn't so terribly slow. It's an 11-second delay between Bs.
And then I come home and I find out it's apparently true. And I'm like, what the hell?
What is you've discovered?
Because apparently, like, the leaker, like, made a YouTube account and the videos were pulled by Nintendo of America, which obviously...
of course would shoot anyone in the face.
Exactly.
They don't care.
They literally, like, the leaks went to ESRB, the video game rating agency.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the one reason why, the leaker, announced that he worked for the video game rating agency, and that he, that he gets to play it, and,
So he was a tester, but he was an idiot.
No. But here's the thing: a person that actually works for the company says they don't actually play the game; they only receive footage of the game, and they make their analysis off of that.
Mm-hmm.
And what is it I'm thinking of? Oh, and if a member were to do such a thing, they would be sued, right?
Yeah.
Up the jolly right ass. So.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that kind of stuff.
So, of course, it was odd, but come to find out, it was actually a person from Nintendo of America who was meant to deliver the images to the video game rating agency that actually leaked it. And, well, obviously, he's fired and is being sued.
And will be shot tomorrow at sunrise. because Nintendo pushes it that hard.
I don't have a problem with it. I mean, I really do like the roster. You know, I like it. I enjoy it. I really do hope that there is more, because there was hints at DLCs. It's not really confirmed, but I do enjoy that idea. But I don't like the fact that there are quite a few clones that, you know, it's like the fighting styles are really fucking unique. And it's just like, why did you do this? I mean, I don't mind clones. I really don't mind them. But, like Mario, Dr. Mario, that's a clone. Pit.
What?
Huh?
What?
Dr.
Mario? What?
Oh, Mario and Dr. Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Pit and Dark Pit.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an alternative costume. It's a completely different fighting style, apparently. It's sort of like when we played Brawl. Freaking, it was like Wolf and Fox, and they both had the same fighting style, and I was like, I don't care, I'm fighting this fucking wolf, because it's interesting. I mean, I have to admit, the small changes are quite subtle, and does make a difference, but it's like, they were really, you know, advertising that a lot of things were different, and that, you know, Clone Wars wasn't going to be coming back or something. Oh, wow.
Just ripping apart bees over here, getting some genes out of them.
Some genes.
I want to get fertility. I want to get the Majestics fertility, because we can have 4 bees of each type.
Mm-hmm.
They also picked up a bee effect that actually is natural to Imperial, which is called beatific. And what happens is, if you're near the hive while they're working or whatnot, they add this effect to you, and it happens that beatific is a regeneration effect. So if you're near the hive and it's working, it'll heal you.
I don't think I have to worry about that.
Yeah, I know.
Don't ever have to worry about
I didn't know it had beatific, because when I created it, you know, you get a chance at it, and then when you put more genes in, you lose it potentially. Mm-hmm. So it got lost, I think, in my original series. Or, well, not series, but my original playthrough.
It got wiped through the gene pool.
So, you know, I kind of lost it, and it was unfortunate. I also like how you can scan multiple bees when you have just a stack.
That'd be a faster way
if you throw them in there one at a time, you use up more honey than if you use just a stack on it, you know?
What's a strong weapon that does 10 damage without being shot? Well, technically.
You mean one that's not a gun?
Well, yeah. Because I keep flying when I shoot my...
Well, now that we got the books place up and... Well, not up and running, but, you know, capable of sheltering books. I've actually moved a few books there. We can go ahead and put in the second end.
The second end.
And we can visit the end. Though we will require some stuff. This may or may not crash the world. And, you know, hell may rain down upon us. But, in the event, there's a bee effect.
Yes. Yes. Should I get the Clark's horn? Is it Clark's horn? The Silent Hill horn?
Oh, that's Silent Hill horn. That's going to be interesting, because I plan that when we start, you know, building nukes and stuff, that we'll actually have the Silent Hill alarm go off. Mm-hmm. In the event, you know, stuff hits the fan.
Yeah, like when cows.
Because I just think that's an awesome thing to have, is that I love Silent Hill's sound effect. It's the best thing in the world. Alright, so let me get the book. Alright, here we go. Got the book. I got that book. Janai.
Janai.
Get the books, get some more books, and a book within a book.
So apparently, I saw this meme of a guy that was, like, completely terrified of Pyramid Head. So when he actually played the PT demo, he actually drew Pyramid Head as like Mickey Mouse with the Pyramid Head. That's how unscary he is compared to that new PT, Lisa.
He's just like, I've decided I don't actually fear anything.
Ghost, I don't know what you're on.
Alright, now I'm a little bit worried that, stuff may get pretty hardcore here, so I'm going to go into cheat mode and save my inventory in the event stuff gets bad.
Why? You could always just make it.
In case I need to spawn it back. God only knows what happens out there sometimes. You haven't been out there, man.
I know.
It's dangerous. It's a war zone out there.
Are you sure about that? Endermen are just waiting there, like.
And then I snapped my neck. There are Endermen just waiting here, mind you. But in fact, I think I saw one. I think he's. Oh God! I actually think he is near me. Where the hell did he go?
Mob grinding. I totally want to do this.
Oh God, he's outside. He's out there, man.
No,
he's out there.
I have important documents to read or anything, so it's not like I think about the cultural influences of. Apparently, one thing I've really learned about school so far, ultimately,
oh crap.
Other than equations and stupid vocab, I think one thing I've really learned is science depends on religion and religion depends on science. In other words, I wouldn't necessarily say it's 1-1, but there's a little truth in a little myth, and there's a little myth and a little truth. If that makes sense. Don't take it with a grain of salt here.
The other thing, though, too, about religion is you could look at it as a concept of imagination, of theory, because, we don't know what happens after life, but people will say they know.
Yeah.
And, that's fine, lie to yourself or tell the truth to yourself, whichever one is true in the end.
Oh, man,
but
there's a lot of it out there.
We're not going to know.
I'm not going to touch it. I've got world religion. No.
Go ahead, don't touch that. I don't care about whichever is true or not. All I know is that religion likes to say theory. No matter which one you go to, you get a lot of theories, and science is kind of there sometimes to just look at the theory and say, is this theory valid?
All right.
Without that level of pushing the envelope, where would we be?
All right. Well, for example, the Great Flood. Because before, scientists were like, how the hell did these things come to be in the desert? The Great Canyon is because of water all over the place. Duh. And it was just because of gigantic ice glaciers over Illinois. Who would have thought? But point is, it's still technically water. But I'm not going to say it's... But point is, it was there.
And then
who would have thought?
They parted the Red Mountains.
And I shit you not, for 30 years, just the past 30 years, have they recently, believed that it was water instead of, ice instead of water.
Ice instead of water? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's, there you go. Well, what's really surprising is my mother-in-law doesn't know what the Big Bang is.
Well, your mother-in-law. Well, I wouldn't.
My mother-in-law, she's not a scientist, Ava. Just because she works in a hospital does not mean anything.
Well, I was trying to think. I was trying to think of the term mother-in-law because I wasn't thinking about it correctly. So I was thinking a higher level than that, which would be an older time, so thus less connection. But I'm like, mother. This makes it much closer than I was imagining. So I'm just like, okay, that's actually pretty relevant by now. So I'm actually surprised now because originally I was just like, well, maybe she was locked in a closet, but now it's like, this is much closer. She couldn't have been locked in a closet.
It's like
that's interesting. So what? She never heard of it until now.
Never heard of it. No, never heard of it. Never heard of it. Literally, just.
Until now, right? Because you did say something about it.
I did broach the subject, and she had that question mark, or that questioned reply of Big Bang, and I'm like, yeah, the Big Bang, the expansion of space, the creation of the universe. I wouldn't say.
She was just like slapped you across the face. That's God's work.
Oh. And for example, the Big Bang theory was created by a Catholic priest, right? A friend of Einstein. And she didn't really believe me on that, and I was like, it doesn't break his faith. What the hell's wrong with you? If anything...
No, a lot of the time, too, is back in the day with scientists and religion being so horribly encroaching and pressuring, I think that a lot of the time they tried to maybe hide within the religionist area to kind of like get their theories in a way out and acceptable, or they either went straight against them, which of course was bad because if you practiced heresy, you'd be thrown in jail or killed.
Yeah, and that's pretty much sound science. Wait, is it sound science? Yeah, it's sound science, right? Bioscience, when you pretty much, when you make
choose to ignore so that you can keep your false reality.
So no. When you choose to alter the data to prove you're right, for example.
When you mean like when religion came back? Because at one point.
No. For example, like environmental science, and there was an era during the 80s when they're like, look at how fucking warm we've got, and it was just a few degrees, like only 2 or 3, but they exaggerated the chart because it was an expansion of like 2 days in March compared to something that was last year, but it's just the fact that they wanted to address a point, so that's why there was such a large debate about environmental science or our impact on the environment when it was first debated because of that thing that started in the 80s, and it's like that's why it seems kind of evil in the eyes of politicians instead of logically or scientifically speaking correct.
Yeah,
like they want to like, for example, they want to build a pipe through the entire country to Nevada, connecting to Michigan to get fresh water to water their crops, instead of the underwater, like, oasis that they have there. Groundwater they can use. No, they want build a pipe all the way to Michigan through 7 states to get fresh water. And the one reason why they're not successful is because Illinois isn't going to allow them to build a pipe through their state.
I don't know why we would.
And every other state.
It's perfectly reasonable to do other stuff.
Exactly. And it's like, sometimes, science may prove to be accurate. It's like carbon fuels, cancer kills. But people don't want to listen.
Yeah, the thing about science is, science doesn't take itself as all high and mighty. It knows it makes mistakes, and if any scientist says that they're 100%,
what the fuck is that?
Pushes some limits. What?